Welcome back, everyone. How are you holding up? Still feeling inspired for this journey you're on? Well, if you're struggling with motivation, I hope that this video will help you on the right track again. Today we're talking about mindfulness and meditation. Most people will probably agree that the topic of mindfulness and meditation is complex and almost endless, and for many people it's quite an intimidating topic. I think this is mostly because of the nature of the topic, in the sense that it's a quiet or soft skill. It's harder to pinpoint or quantify the mechanics of what's involved, which means it's that much harder to make it a habit or part of your lifestyle. But it's truly an incredible tool in your arsenal of wellness. That being said, I want to help you by sharing two of my favorite tricks, one for mindfulness and one for meditation. Let's start with mindfulness. When I began climbing around 35 years ago, I was an aspiring young mountain climber who happened to be at the right place at the right time. I was invited on an exchange program to the Caucasus Mountains in Russia. We ended up on a 16,000-foot summit in an electrical storm, and within minutes the two guys standing next to me were struck by lightning, and one of them never made it. While I was completely unharmed. I got lucky, but I almost threw in the towel and stopped climbing many times over the next few months. The following year, while driving to the airport on another expedition, I was feeling somewhat fatalistic, so I made a mental note that I might not come back. And I focused on the color of the sky, the season we were in, the hills around the suburbs, the smell of the air, just small, simple things, as if it would be the last time I would see and enjoy them. What amazed me was how vivid and lasting these images became over time. And still today, decades later, I can remember the details of those moments in a way that makes no intellectual sense. I realized that I was onto something, but not knowing then that this was one of the techniques of mindfulness. From that day on, I started becoming intensely aware of small things and the enormous joy that they could bring. Let's try it. Stop whatever you are doing and focus on just one thing, preferably natural, like the sky, the sounds of the birds, the color of the grass. Why natural? Because nature is uncluttered. Now shut out everything else and zoom in on this one thing. Identify what it is. What color is it? What is the texture like, or the smell? Think about its single uniqueness in the sense that it exists uniquely in the universe. It is one of a kind. Now think about its purpose. It is there to manifest the creative power of some higher force, and it is there for your pleasure. Finally, take a deep breath and continue with your day. You will be amazed at how deeply ingrained in your psyche these simple moments become over time. They will become deep pools to rest your weary soul. Good. Let me share my trick on meditation, which I call flow thought. Now, the concept of flow state was first put forward by the psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He popularized this idea of being in the zone, and flow thought is very similar to that idea. It has some elements of every meditation technique. For starters, you'll want to find a quiet place, but it's not limited to a minimum of 20 minutes, which plenty of techniques require, and that is something that can be off-putting to some first-timers. This technique takes as long or as short as you want it to be. Close your eyes, but not your sight. What do I mean by that? Well, see what pictures develop in the darkness behind your eyelids. Don't force it, but rather just be. But also, don't stop looking. As a picture begins to form, you will feel like you can almost move your eyes to focus on it. Now imagine floating into that picture as it becomes two, maybe even three-dimensional. Don't worry about themes, just let it be, and you may find one picture leads to another, one scene to the next. You may see bright greens, reds even. Forget about everything, like your breathing and your body, and just look at the picture. You're getting into flow thought, where everything else has been removed from the universe except the brightly lit neural pathways forming a picture in your mind's eye. Be enthralled. You've just created something. When you are ready to open your eyes, do so, and take a deep breath. Well done. Try do this at least once a day for the next week. I can't wait to hear what you see. Good luck.